what a large amount of people forget to understand when it comes to the entire debate around if gaming is dead and modern day gaming is over is the fact that when gaming was at its peak, when a lot of people were playing a lot of, I don't know, like Pokemon competitive games, CSGO, Overwatch, we were just then starting to see, because I'm 26, right? I don't know whether that's Gen Z or Gen X, whatever. Leave it in the comments what I am. I'm 26. I was born 1999. We were just growing up and seeing how the world actually works. And we didn't really have a lot of responsibilities then. And to sell games to us, what you had to do was make an experience that was so good and captivating and did exactly what it needed to do, that we essentially, we're just going to always be customers and be playing these games, right? I believe that some of the best games that have come out probably in, the past maybe couple of years, maybe 10 years. But now the games that are coming out are legitimately only just cash grabs. We've seen time and time again, there's been, High Guard and these other games. That one just came out like 6 months ago, and it had a runtime of 2 months and then it shut down. A game that had hundreds of millions put into it and was advertised during the game awards to be the next biggest fucking game. And look how that panned out, right? Nowadays, like, these companies and these executives are making these fucking games that cost so much goddamn money and are getting outdone by like little indie studios where like 20 to 30, maybe 100 people that will take like a couple of months to a year to develop a game, and it sells more copies and makes more money than games that have literally hundreds of millions of dollars put into it. It's absolutely ridiculous. But what the indie developers understand is that there doesn't need to be microtransactions. There just needs to be a good product. Usually the microtransactions are a sort of it's made to cover up the fact that the game might not have a lot towards it in terms of the sheer amount of things you can do, right? Like in a game like CSGO and Valorant, that like CSGO is probably the most played shooter right now, other than, I don't know, COD or Overwatch. But what CSGO understands is, okay, cool, regular game, no bullshit. You have your microtransactions. Now that's an entirely different thing, but that game has been able to stay alive for a long fucking time just because the base experience is good, right? But there's other shooters that try to copy that, like Valorant, and I legitimately am getting tired of these shooters, because, and a lot of people I feel like share the same sentiment, because it's like, other than, just playing the game and then getting fucked over by random teammates, what is the point of playing a damn game? When you play an indie game or a story driven game, it's like you're getting an actual experience out of you that is evoking some sort of emotion other than being triggered by teammates and bullshit mechanics. It's hard for me to sit down and actually enjoy playing competitive games now, because it's literally just full of people that want to throw ranks or do all type of stupid shit. And me as an adult, I don't really have that much time to be playing games, which goes back to my previous point. People grew up, and the prime demographic of the people that were playing games and allowing these companies to keep on putting out these products and updates and stuff in these other video games within these franchises, those people were the people that are grown and have kids and are married and have responsibilities like work today. And now the demographic might be a little bit different. Like, gaming will always be a core part of a large amount of people's lives, but I do believe there's a difference between generations and the sort of products that you can sell in terms of games and microtransactions that you can sell to people that maybe are 26 to maybe 28 or 30 now, and the people that are like 15, to 16, 17 now. So now they're catering to, let's say the generation that has come after mines and maybe the one after that. They're catering to those people now because they grew up with microtransactions. When you're playing, a Pokemon game on the DS in 2018, you weren't dealing with microtransactions. You had a game, you wanted the other Pokemon, you grind for it. Dark Souls, you wanted let's say they had one microtransaction for the expansion. You paid for that once. Now microtransactions, excuse me, are being shoved down people's throats as the second part of the product, and now you don't even own the games that you are buying without day one patches and all these other updates that come afterwards. So now when people are saying gaming is dead, I think good video games are still being made, but these gaming companies and executives fundamentally don't understand that who they're selling to are, let's say, not as mature in terms of the sort of products that you can sell to them, right? Like a person like me, if I see that Valorant is only microtransactions and it's only just ranked every fucking season, the ranked is fucked up. Same thing with Siege. No new game modes, but Siege has better game modes and is more established, right? It's been there for longer. It's like it's hard for me to play Valorant. Siege I just downloaded yesterday. We're gonna see, all right? I'm having a little bit of fun with it. I gotta do my placements. But it's not gonna be better than an indie game in terms of the sheer amount of enjoyment, because you have to depend so much on other people. And that's another thing too. Just like multiplayer games are so shot because, like, unless it's a single player like I could do that, but playing sort of multiplayer games and having other people as teammates and you got to deal with the cheating and the smurfing epidemic now is like it's really just shot. Like these companies don't want to solve these problems because I guess the core demographic is people that want to play competitive, even if that means cheating and boosting and using and using wall hacks and all type of tools to give them an edge. Those are the main sort of demographic for the companies, it seems, because they don't want to fix the problems for the people that just want to play it casually or even competitively, but play it with honor, right? And now there's, this entire microtransaction epidemic now, when essentially microtransactions, like let's say Valorant. What is Valorant or Brawlhalla other than microtransactions? Like I'm not going to play any of the other bullshit modes on those two games. I like playing competitively, and I like a little bit of microtransactions in the game. Cool skins if you have a main character. That's cool. Let's say like a game like Arc Raiders. Arc Raiders should have been a game akin to like a Destiny, right? And Destiny just is about a sunset. It's an entire sort of project, right? For Marathon, out of all things. Crazy. Different topic for a different day. Anyway, it's like Arc Raiders, when I started playing it, was amazing. But then I started realizing, other than PvP, what is the actual point of the game if you're just farming weapons from the boss mobs to go and then fight other people? You lose those weapons. Like the loop doesn't really make sense. That, for me, I believe there should have been a story mode to that, and there should have been a more immersive, like it should have been a Destiny. It should have literally just been Destiny, in my opinion. Like that's the void I want filled within my, wanting to play any sort of extraction shooter game. That's what I wanted, right? Which is probably why Delta Force is so prominent and big. Why, even Destiny now, people are still playing it, other than, aside from the fact that Bungie just said, yeah, we're not doing this anymore, do the PlayStation and all the stuff that it's got going on in this fucking department. But it's really weird. I don't want to rant for too long, but my mind is all over the place when it comes to this stuff. But the demographic that, I'll say this, the demographic that these companies are like promoting to is a non-mature sort of demographic, because a lot of us have caught on to the ways of these companies and are now like, I'm not going to support your shit. I'm not going to buy your shit if you're just going to keep on trying to use us every single quarter, every single year, just to put money in your pocket and then not make the game an enjoyable experience. It's just not going to happen. But you guys let me know. I do believe gaming is still alive. You got to, maybe fall back from the competitive sort of nature of, your time when you have the time off that you have to play games, and maybe start playing some more adventure, story-driven, grind-driven sort of games, because those are a lot more fun than the same competitive loop that you'll have playing a Rainbow Six Siege or a Brawlhalla or, any other fucking sort of COD game. Like, the dopamine isn't there because it's just very temporary, right? But you guys let me know what you think. It's really weird. A lot of BS going on in the industry. And yeah, I love you guys. Like, comment, subscribe. More rants, more talks coming soon. Peace.